Hello again, and welcome back to episode 3 of Podcasting for Real Estate Pros. Okay, today we're going to talk about the number one thing to nail before you hit record: your niche, your audience, and your positioning. Okay, you ready to roll? Good. Hey, if you haven't already done so, please check the show notes for the link and download your workbook, because this isn't just a listen and not do anything kind of a podcast. Treat this like a course that you can follow along with and actually do stuff. Take action at the end of each episode. So the workbook will guide you through all of the exercises to do at the end of each episode. All right. Here's the deal. If your podcast is for everyone, then basically it's for no one. Before you even think about hitting the record button, you need to know who the hell you're talking to and why they should care. Today, we're going to get into the real pregame, because the biggest podcasting mistake I see that real estate pros make is launching without clarity. Actually, it's not just real estate pros. A lot of people launch without clarity, without direction, and without a damn anchor. So this podcast will help you fix that little problem that could turn into a big problem. So why does this matter? Well, I know that you're excited to get started. You've got ideas. Maybe you've even got a mic and a set of headphones. Awesome. That's fantastic. But if you don't nail your niche, your audience, and your positioning, you're going to burn out fast. Why? Because you're shouting into a void, and that is exhausting. It's kind of like talking to yourself. So when you don't know exactly who you're talking to, you ramble, you second guess, you get crickets instead of clients, because they may tune in, but then they tune right back out again. And then what happens? You fizzle, you burn out, and you quit. So let's start with your niche. Pick a lane and stay in it. Don't be just another real estate podcast. Be the go-to for a very specific type of person or problem or place. For example, if you want to be hyper focused on your local area, then know everything that you possibly can about your local area, because that is going to be your focus. So for example, first-time home buyers in Denver, maybe that's your niche. Then you need to address those specific people. Or for example, real estate investing for moms. See what I mean? It's not just real estate investing for everyone, real estate investing for moms. Or perhaps you are more in the luxury market and you want to talk about luxury listings without the ego. So that's kind of a little twist on something, and you can really dive deep into certain specific aspects of each niche. That's why they call it a niche. Ever heard the phrase, the riches are in the niches? So for example, when you think about your real estate practice, you are not a real estate agent for everyone. You may think you are, you may want to be everyone's real estate agent, but if you're not helping a specific group of people, then once again, you're really not helping anyone. You may also want to take people behind the scenes of being a realtor in a small town or in a big city. Maybe you live in a bustling, metropolis, and you love your city so much, and there's so many little cool things that only a local would know. That's an amazing podcast right there. So don't worry about excluding people. Worry about connecting deeply with the ones who matter. Because like I said, you don't want to be generic. You don't want to be bland. You don't want to try and reach everyone. You want to try and reach the people that you want to work with. Get obsessed with your listener. Who is your audience? Who is your target audience? So you've picked your niche. Now, within that niche, you have a specific audience of people that you want to reach. Get obsessed with them. Just like your avatar for your real estate business. Who are you reaching? Think about things like, what keeps them up at night? What are they Googling when they're up at 2 a.m. in the middle of the night? What are they sick of hearing from other agents? Because you don't want to give them just the same stuff that they don't want, that they've tuned out of. Also, what keeps them on the fence about buying, selling, or even trusting you? as a real estate agent. When you figure those things out, your job is to speak to those specific things. What are their pain points, right? What are they struggling with? What do they feel good about? All of those things, get inside their heads so that you can get inside their ears. Next, you're going to want to work on your positioning, right? Own your voice. Here's the truth. Your voice, your vibe, your perspective, that's your secret sauce. Like, remember the McDonald's commercials? 2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, and a sesame seed bun. Can't believe I remembered that. But that's your secret sauce. What is your personality? Bring your personality to the mic. Are you blunt? Are you heart-centered? Are you hilarious? Are you data-driven? What is it that lights you up? Because the thing is, if you are trying to be something that you're not, then you're not going to be anything at all. So whatever your personality is, if you like to bring humor to it, real estate can be fun, and it should be fun. You want your experience with your clients to be memorable so that they will refer you, so that they will look forward to your calls, look forward to going to see homes with you, whatever it is. So figure out, who are you, and own it. Your people will find you. Your people will love you when you stop trying to sound like a real estate brochure and start sounding like the human that you are in your heart. Okay, here's a quick exercise for you. Pause this podcast and actually do this. Are you ready? So get ready to hit that pause button. Here's a little exercise for you. I want you to write down the name of your ideal listener and then finish this sentence. So give this person an actual name. Maybe it's Sally. They're struggling with blank, and I want to help them blank. That's your clarity anchor. Give the person a name. Give them a pain point. What are they struggling with? And what do you want to help them with? Okay, pause this podcast. Write down that sentence, and then fill in the blanks. Here's a few common mistakes that I see people making. Trying to speak to every buyer, seller, investor that they've ever encountered or that they ever will encounter. Investors have a very specific language that they speak. Buyers are different than sellers, and so you can't put everyone in the same bucket and expect them to resonate with your washed down message. The other thing I hear people do is mimicking someone else's tone or personality. Once again, like I said before, find your voice and own it. Who are you at your core? Or talking like you're, in a listing appointment rather than in a coffee shop. People want to hear conversation. They want you to be conversational on the mic and talk to them like you are talking to one person. Like I am talking to you right now. Your podcast isn't a presentation. It's a conversation, right? Stay in your lane and show up like you, like yourself. When you go to meet somebody, when you go to a party, do you put on airs? Do you put on a persona? Well, maybe. But at your core, if you're talking to a good friend, how do you speak to them? What comes forth? So think about all of those things. All right, here's your big takeaway for today. Clarity is magic. When you know your niche, your audience, and your positioning, you don't just record episodes, you create impact. All right, next up, we're going to be digging into how you can clarify your message without sounding like a shouty billboard. Nobody likes a shouty billboard, and I'm just saying. Think of it as branding, but with a pulse. Branding with a pulse. I love it. All right, until then, don't forget to download your workbook, get clear, stay weird, and talk to the people you need to. All right, let's go. As you're listening to this podcast, I want you to think of it as a GPS. So you get the directions here, but the workbook is your actual map that you will have in your hands. So download it for free using the link in the show notes and keep moving forward.